Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. It's going to be the Greenskins led by Scrambled Egg Special facing off against Pope Patty and his Bretonnians, and we certainly have a duel of off-meta builds. So for the Greenskins here, it's going to be Goblins and Trolls, both of which are decent against Bretonnia. Throwing Goblins against Peasants isn't the worst trade in the world. And Stone Trolls against Bretonnia have always been pretty decent because of the fact they have 70 armor, so against Knights of the Realm they have some mitigation, against Archers they have some resistances as well, with the 70 armor and the 25% missile resist, and they hit really, really hard. But guys, come on. Nothing else really matters here. We have double Rogue Idol. Now, Rogue Idol's, in my opinion, one of the worst units in the game, but I mean, if anybody can make him work, Scrambled Egg Special, maybe we'll find a way to get that 60 melee attack and 660 weapon strength to commit and actually do some work. I sure hope he makes him work. We do also have a Night Goblin Warboss here, so the Warboss does have the Fermented Fungi, as well as the Spite of the Bad Moon to try and give some anti-large. Oh, anti-large Rogue Idols! Hey man, if you can get your opponent to sit there and fight you while Spite of the Bad Moon is active on Rogue Idols, you're going to have some seriously hard-hitting units. On top of that, in the back, we do have an Orc Shaman. Orc Shaman is going to be using Ere We Go as well as Fist of Gork, and that is going to be it for the Scrambled Egg. Now for the Bretonnian army, Fay Enchantress has, in my opinion, always been pretty good against Greenskins. You can get her stuck in the fights, get that Mortis Engine going, Chalice of Potions, great lore magic as well. Just an all-around strong character. Now Grail Guardians, very, very cool pieces. A generalist unit, not anti-large like the Grail Knights, but they should be able to grind through infantry and trolls and monsters pretty decently, depending on the support and the healing that they do get. On top of that, we do have the Green Knight. The Green Knight is going to be here to party. He is one of the better assassins in the game, and with the fact that Greenskins do tend to struggle with ghostly units, really gives him a nice niche. He causes terror, he can assassinate the characters, and when they cast Fist of Gork to give magic damage to one of their units, basically you just get the Green Knight and you pack up and run away, and it works pretty well. And Field Trebuchet in the back is going to be bombarding into the Greenskin wall. Actually not bad against Trolls. We have seen that. There was a matchup, I can't remember who it was between, but man, this must have been like 6 years ago, back in Warhammer 2. It was a very high-level matchup. I remember like a semifinals of a big tournament, maybe a grand finals. We had a high-level player on Bretonnia bring like 1 million trebuchets, and he was like knocking down a steam tank with it. I remember it was like one of the wonkier things ever, but it does kind of work. Sure, it's a little bit haggard, but you know, it can get the job done. So we'll do a little bit of fast-forwarding while the two players posture, and the Greenskins just calling in more chaff units, more trolls, so it looks like not going to be going the very traditional Boar Boy Biggins against Bretonnia, which again is pretty good. Anti-large AP, good charge bonus, Squealing Pigs, what's not to love. On the outside, we do see some Orgrims, Magi Marauders called in, and old Pope Patty here going to be using Mounted Yeoman Archers just to do a little bit of harrying and skirmishing, but dude, if these Rogue Idols do something, could this be the forbidden age of the Rogue Idol, the day when the Rogue Idol finally rises up from the ashes and comes to claim victory and dominance here on the old world? And yeah, I mean, absolutely one of the cooler monsters in the game. I mean, come on, look at that, dude. That's so good, man. The animations in this game are amazing. It looked like he was like trying to break the head, but he just like snapped it back on. This Greenskin player, very wise. He magnetizes his miniatures to make sure he can change appearances and weapon compositions. All of you 40k players know the suffering of that. And yeah, good threat here. I like this from Patty, putting a little bit of pressure on Scrambled, just using his 3 Mounted Yeoman Archers, each of which have 4 capture weight to threaten the objective. But I would imagine that the Greenskin player is going to be able to move up enough to get him off the point here and most likely mitigate that threat. One sec, guys. Gonna have a sip of water. All right, I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. And moving on up are the Goblins and the Trolls, able to hold that point right there. And on the backside, the Rogue Idols are getting ready to get in there, as the Trolls and the Goblins are going to be leading the charge. No Archers out here for Bretonnia, so there's not going to be any fire damage or any big kind of raining fire here on the Rogue Idols. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but do Rogue Idols have the most HP of any monster in the game? I think that the Dread Saurian has like 14.6 or 14.8. So maybe the Rogue Idol is the most chungus of monsters with 16,000. Of course, its melee defense is very low, but kind of a cool factoid to learn. All right, so the Goblin's going to be cruising up, going after the Spearmen at Arms, as well as the Peasant Mobs right here, and the Night Goblin Warboss just waiting for rampages. And obviously, using a Fermented Fungi on some Grail Guardians, pulling them into the double Rogue Idol, and then using the anti-large Spite of the Bad Moon, you could probably karate chop a Grail Guardian relatively quickly if you can catch them in that situation. But here comes the Troll Toll. Danny DeVito all up in this game here, and the Troll's going to be getting in, Goblins fighting Peasants, and Trolls bashing on the Knights. But the Knights do have the support of the Fay Enchantress and the Green Knight, so there's going to be more Descension. But, I mean, this is going to be one of those games that's just pure Unga Bunga, I think. Just like big, ugly grind in the middle, while the Swamp Things are also called in from the flank. And let's see if we can get some of those WWE moves. Oh, yes, the Atomic Bonk. So the bonk does come down. Ere We Go activated in spite of the bad moon. Oh, Fay Enchantress taking like 700 damage right there. 809. Anti-large damage coming in for the Rogue Idol with Ere We Go also active. That melee attack is going to be freaking 90. Oh my god, Fay Enchantress is getting boinked super hard right there, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that, Tormentor Sword is activated, regrowth on the Fay Enchantress, and nobody expects the dreaded Rogue Idol. People don't put respect on its name, but when it gets in there, it gets in there. So Chalice of Potions going down from the Fay Enchantress, as well as Goblins are going to be surging forth, trying to shut down that Trebuchet in the back. And it looks like the Fay Enchantress is going to be surviving here. Yeah, just barely getting out of the back, but a very good start for the Greenskins, as the Stone Trolls are enduring relatively well. Granted, the ones that have been fighting the Green Knight are having a bad time, and it looks like they are going to get terror-ratted by the Green Knight. And again, Grail Guardians have really, really high AP values as well, so they're not going to have any problems getting through the 70 armor of the Trolls, who are also getting hit by artillery pieces. Alright guys, so the battle rages on. Middle objective is owned by Bretonnia. The Rogue Idol out here going to be joining up with the Stone Trolls and the Fist of Gork as well. And we see the Fay Enchantress getting taken to Pound Town pretty bad. 1971 HP left, but is getting it. And the Knights of the Lionhearted trying to protect her. But now we're seeing the more meta stuff coming in. The Savage Orc Boar Boys, and I would imagine some Boar Boy Biggins will be called in eventually. But yeah, these Rogue Idols are kind of menacing, dude. Although here in the front, we do see the classic combo, or not even combo, but general strategy of using the Green Knight to take out enemy lords. And the Green Knight does get the Goblin Lord very low, brings him down to about half health, and the Greenskins don't have any way to heal that character, so obviously going to be a little bit sketchy. Fay Enchantress approaching her own healing cap is going to be dropping what appears to be an Earthblood or a Regrowth on herself, and it looks like it is going to be a Regrowth. Stone Trolls and Goblins fighting, but they are being ground down by the Spearmen at Arms, and the Grail Guardians are doing very, very well against them. Grail Guardians have an obscene amount of melee defense. I think it's like 60, yeah, 58. So the Trolls with their melee attack, which right now, for example, on this one is 31, it's going to have trouble connecting with them. I mean, it's not going to be hitting nonstop. But one thing that's going very well for the Greenskins is the flank over here. It looks like they did overwhelm some of the defenders, getting into the archers, and potentially could go shut down the Trebuchet. Not that the Trebuchet is a huge deal, but a unit being shot by artillery in general is very good because it does lower its leadership by a bit. Rogue Idols coming on in, and I mean, I guess, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing to give Rogue Idols magic damage. I mean, it's literally a magic elemental. Creative Assembly is very inconsistent about that. Like, what units get magic damage, which ones don't. And then you have like wizards who have like literally staves that are on fire and they don't do magic damage, and then there's like some just random ass magic damage on units. A little bit funky. But here we do see the Swamp Things and the big Rogue Idol with the Fist of Gork going after the Green Knight, and yeah, that's one way to do it. But the problem is Fist of Gork, you know, will wear off, and the Green Knight could maybe get away, but it looks like he's a little bit stuck here. As the Atomic Pimp Slap does come in, Green Knight does have good melee defense though, so is able to hold firm there. The objective still owned by the Bretonnians, and guys, man, time flies when you're having fun, dude. I did not even realize like how long this game had been going already, and the Greenskins are going to need to get that objective very quickly, although it looks like they are going to be getting the outside one, so it doesn't really matter too much. They're going to be chilling. Savage Orc Boar Boys get this point. Goblins on their way back in. More Bacon Cav are going to be screaming on in as the fight on the middle does continue. A lot of healing of the Greenskin roster, excuse me, on the Bretonnian roster against the Greenskins. Obviously, the Fay Enchantress has had a lot of Earthbloods and the lore passive as well. Fermented Fungi activated on the Green Knight, and he is going for the kill once again on the Greenskin Lord. To be a very good idea. But you know what's kind of funny about the Rogue Idols is they have this buff, the Spirit of Gork or Mork. So allies and basically allies across the map get a leadership buff, which is kind of cool. Plus 4 leadership on a bunch of goblins is not terrible. So I think that for this war boss, he's so low, and I think that'd be one of the ways the Greenskins could really lose the game here is if the war boss dies. So just run him into the corner of the trees. That Green Knight, man, he's got a hard on for him. He's coming 84 movement speed. That poor little goblin with 63 is potentially going to get caught here. Oh, look at that, dude. The MLG Pro Gamer plays from Scrambled Egg, calling in the Goblin character and using Gork'll Fix It on the Green Knight to slow him down. Dude, that is such a good play. And that allows that little gremlin to get away. So back in the middle, we do see the Rogue Idols boinking, and I wonder about their value. 700 on this one, and like I feel like they've been fighting the whole time. Shouldn't they have more value than just 700? It's literally been fighting in the middle against like Grail Guardians and other good units the whole game. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're just a weird unit. But Savage Orc Boar Boy is going to be coming in to intercept the Green Knight. That's a good way to deal with them. Just tar pit him and surround him with high mass units. And the Boar Boys do have pretty good mass individually. Each of them is going to be, what, 1,200 mass? Or I guess, I don't know if that's right. I think it's per individual basis. And the Green Knight is going to be at about 2,000. So should be able to hold them for some time. But one good thing about this, the Green Knight, you know, occupies a unit. Then you bombard the unit with the Blessed Field Trebuchet and get some nice AoE on them while they're bunched up. Just like that. And then eventually they get terror routed, which is another great play. So 2 objectives, 1 goes to the Greenskins, and well, objective 1 for Greenskins and 3. The middle objective is owned by the Grail Guardian Corps, and Royal Pegasus Knights in the mix as well. Grail Guardians are very low, but still putting out a fair amount of damage, and we do see the Rogue Idols kind of in a bit of a dangerous situation. Although, I mean, they should be really excellent at boinking down like hordes of crappy infantry like this. That should really be their forte. I don't know. I feel like they could use some buffs for sure. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe one of them will get... The one that, like, beat on the Fay Enchantress, I think, of course, is doing quite well. And really, really nice play here. Using Fist of Gork to give magic damage to these Bacon Cav. And you can see they're actually really cutting through the Green Knight pretty effectively. He's lost quite a bit of HP there. But another thing is, yeah, the Greenskins don't have the healing, but they do kind of in the Trolls. Like, they've brought a lot of Trolls in their build, and they have been healing over the course of a long match. Uh-oh, getting ninja'd out here by Pope's forces could be very, very problematic. Oh man, the Greenskins really can't afford this, man. But 2 Yeoman Archers going to be coming over here to grab this, and I would imagine some of the Goblins might need to reroute here. In the middle, the Bretonnians are starting to falter a little bit. The Rogue Idols, just constant Unga Bunga, has gotten some good progress there. And the old Night Goblin War Boss is going to be fleeing, being hunted down by the Green Knight. And 1,000 HP. He's probably going to be sent to the trash can, but at the very least, the -10 penalty you do get from losing your Lord would be put down to -6 by the buff you're getting map-wide from the Spirit of Gork and or Mork. But this objective does flip. Couple Morgub's Magi Marauders, or Morgub's Magi Marauders and Boar Boys do come out, pushing back the Mounted Yeoman. But the Greenskins do lose that objective. Scrambled Egg definitely needs to rally these Goblins over there, get those Trolls over there, and try and reclaim that. He might be able to get the middle, but he is running out of time. The Green Knight, tar-pitted once again. Very good micro from both players. It's been an excellent pursuit micro from Pope Patty. Like, he's been really controlling that Green Knight very well and being super annoying. And, yeah, obviously Scrambled Egg Special has been doing a good job keeping Homie going. Uh-oh, Fay Enchantress is about to get clapped here. The clap animation coming in from the Rogue Idol. As now we get the Knights of Lionhearted, favor the Fay anti-large, doing quite well. But 600 HP on the Fay Enchantress. Oh, man, the Rogue Idol wants it. But I think the Fay Enchantress is going to get away. Will she rally is another question, though, being very, very low. So Knights of the Lionhearted are going to be getting hit there. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Boar Boy Biggins securing this outside objective, or just Savage Orc Boar Boy, so they are able to get that one. Over on the middle, Bretonnia does have that on lock, and the Greenskins do get their outside objective again. But this could maybe be the straw that breaks their back. Like, losing that did give a big points burst to Pope Patty here, and he's certainly needing it, as he is eventually going to be losing this middle point over time. Those Rogue Idols are pounding, and looking at this one, 171 kills, 1,500 value, not terrible, and this other Rogue Idol here is going to be sitting at about 3,000 value, but that's the one that was able to really just hammer on the Fay Enchantress. So Goblins on the way in, more Goblins as well. I don't know if Homie brought any Orcs, so that could be an issue. I mean, Orc Infantry. He does, of course, have a Boar Boy Cav and whatnot, but yeah, and I also really like this Trebuchet. The Trebuchet the entire game, 1,800 value. It's really been able to kind of help leadership break a lot of the Greenskin units. And that's going to be a victory for the Bretonnians there. So what a valiant attempt by our Greenskin Chad with the double Rogue Idol. I mean, that actually did decently well, which was really cool to see. Pope is a very, very good Bretonnian player too, and he made it work. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's more optimal ways to play Greenskins against Bretonnia, but yeah, he was just trying something new out, and it really kind of looked okay, maybe? I don't know. Maybe just one of them? I don't know. I don't think, like, in a competitive sense, if you're really trying to win a big event or something, you would ever want to bring a Rogue Idol, but I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe we're going to see Scrambled Egg Special in the next World Championships coming out and whipping out some Rogue Idol games. So, yeah, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. And, yeah, the Grail Guardians grinded. Not a lot, but they held their ground. Fay Enchantress 22, Green Knight 14. And the Trebuchet was really MVP because basically the Green Knight would get surrounded, and then Pope Patty would use the Trebuchet to free up his Green Knight nonstop, which is a really, really clutch show. How'd the Pegasus Knights do, by the way? About 1,600 on them. Yeah, good proper scrap, man. Love the game. Super fun. So GG well played to these players. Big shout out to Scrambled Egg for sending it a loss. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all on the other side.